Hey guys, how you doing? It's Andy Elliott. Today I'm going to go over using objections to your advantage. So every single week I fly out and I train dealerships, and I want to explain this to you. One of the biggest fears that I see, probably two things here. One, objections. Maybe somebody's saying something or using a stall tactic by, maybe not buying something or by saying they need to leave. Or just using an objection, saying, hey, you know what, I'm not paying that, or I'm not doing that. When those objections come up, I want to show you how to use them to your advantage. I don't want you to fear them. The number one thing that we can't have in this business, especially if we're elevating to the top, is to have any fear inside of us. What we have to do is have confidence. But in order to have confidence, we have to have competence, okay? So I want to teach you some tricks that will probably help you in really actually accepting the fact that objections are good. And let's use them to our advantage and help us actually close more deals with them. The second side of that is whenever salesmen go in for closing, the first 90% of the time of a car deal, we're outside building value, making the customer fall in love with the vehicle, doing our job, going over the dominant buying motive, we're doing all these things. And then the last 10% of the time, when we collect 100% of the money, which that's the money that we earn, that's why we got in this business, right? Guess what? When that pencil comes out and you're like, your customer wants to be at $350, $400, and you're like, oh my God, I got to be at $599, or it's $600 a month. I'm $200 higher than the customer's told me 10 times now on the lot that they wanted to be. Guess what? You have got to be able to go back in there, and when they give you those objections, you have got to be able to use them to your advantage, okay? So, with that being said, I want to try to change the way that you think and actually understand this so that we can change that fear into actually understanding how we can use it for leveraging, okay? So, using objections to your advantage. Okay, remember to always use the objection, and when I say disadvantage, they are buying signs. So, what is an objection? An objection is a buying sign. People don't object to things that they don't want to own. If somebody doesn't want to own something, they'll say, I don't want to own that. That's not an objection. That's a fact. Everything outside of that is an objection, which means there's interest. And if there's interest, then what do we need to do? We need to figure out how to take that interest and turning it into a close by isolating it. So when you hear an objection, your customer's actually giving you something to work with. Guys, what do I need as a closer? I need something to work with. I need something to grab on. If I'm climbing up a rock wall, if I don't have anything to grip onto, I'm not going to keep going up. I can't grab onto a flat surface. When there's an objection that's given out to me, it's like, boom, rock, and I can climb up. I'm hoping for an objection. This is when you know, and this is how you'll start to become advanced. All right? So, it gives you something to work with in trying to close the sale, all right? The worst situation, this is the one that bothers me. If you were to say, Andy, what's one thing that bothers you? This is it. This is the one thing that gets me. And I'll come at this with all I've got, but this is what gets me. Because I don't understand what I don't understand. So, the worst situation is a customer who doesn't buy and gives you no reason. This is the guy that comes up and he won't give me an objection. He won't give me a reason why he's buying, why he's not going to buy it. You know what I'm saying? I can say, let me ask you, if it was free, would you take it? I mean, if it was free. Obviously, I know you need a car. Obviously, you wouldn't have came here. But let's just say it was free, right? You said you're leaving. There's no reason in the world that you would take it today. There's nothing I could do. If it was free, would you take it? I'm really reaching out there. No, I mean, I want it. I love it. But even if it's free, I wouldn't take it today. Gosh, dog, that guy gets me. I don't understand that because I don't understand what I don't understand. I was hoping in that point where if I say, well, if it was free, would you take it? I mean, if I gave it to you, I said, here's the keys, take it, it's free. I'm going to donate it to you. Well, then I would take it then. I say, you do want to take it today. All right. What's the one thing stopping you from taking it? Because we know it isn't free, right? So what is the one thing stopping you from taking it? It's not a matter of if you're going to buy, but when. And the when is probably when the deal's right? Okay, so let's make it right now. Right? Your time's important to you. Your time's expensive. I know your time's worth money. Let's quit wasting time. Let's quit wasting money. I'm here, you're here, the car's here. Boom, I would circle back around and try to find a way into that deal. But if he doesn't give me an objection, I don't have anything to grab onto. So what am I looking for? I'm looking to use an objection for my advantage. Now you guys are starting to think, man, you know what? Objections aren't bad. They're good. Objections are great. I just have to increase my skill to learn how to overcome them. But now I understand that I shouldn't be afraid of objections, because objections are actually the ladder to closing the sale. You want to go up the ladder, right? Guess what? That right there is the next step. You make them fall in love with the car, they give you the objection, you get to close the sale. Money gets made, you go get your next customer. We're just going right up the ladder. It's beautiful. But without an objection, there's not a sale. All right, an objection is your opportunity to see what it actually takes that will close the sale. Listen, 3 things here. Pay attention. Pay attention. Listen, okay? Isolate it. Once you hear the objection, funnel in. It's like a sniper. Isolate the objection, then close it. It's that simple. Stop dreading objections and running from them. Every time an objection is given, it's a perfect time to take the advantage and close it. Guys, I want to share this with you. Take advantage of your objections. When you hear them, I want you to get excited, because every time you get an objection, that lets you know that you've actually get a real buyer. The only thing that you should dread is a customer not giving you an objection, not buying and leaving without saying anything. That's like that deadly one that whenever I figure that out, we'll make that video. But I'll tell you this, I don't know how to cover that. After 23 years, if he won't talk, I can't figure out how to close him. And I always will offer it for free at the end. And then if they say, well, if I'd take it if it was free, so you do want to take it then. And then I'll start working back around. But guess what? If I offered it for free and he said no, I don't know what to do next. Guys, I hope you have a blessed day. I hope this helps you and you guys crush it.